the inner workings of the Lane Kiffin offense. We're breaking it down on the Hannycast.
The Hannycast, a weekly LSU football film study with Charles Hanagriff and former LSU tight end Richard Dickson. Now to break down the Tiger tape, here's Charles and Richard.
And we welcome you into the Hannycast. I'm Charles Hanagriff along with former Tiger Richard Dickson. We hope you're enjoying our little foray into Lane Kiffin's offense. Why is it so good? Why is it so effective? You know, we got a real good look last week at the game from 2 years ago, Rich, how Kiffin makes everything look the same, but it's not the same, and how everything works off of something else. His offense has flow to it. It has imagination to it. And, again, a lot of the things that start out looking the same end up being very different.
Well, I think you said it the best, in last week's episode is he truly is playing chess. There's a lot of moves he makes that, I don't think he really cares if they're successful, if they get big plays. It's all about what the defense reacts to and how they react to it.
And how he watches those things. We're going to put together another drive. Last week's drive had a little bit of everything: short passes, deep passes, power runs, quarterback runs, RPOs. And now we're going to go into another 2-minute drive. Different quarterback now. Last week we watched Jackson Dart. This is Trinidad Chambliss. But you brought this up last week. His offense needs a mobile quarterback to fully maximize what he's trying to do.
100%, because that adds another aspect to the play. He can fake it to the jet sweep. He can fake it to the running back. He can fake a QB power, and then he can throw it deep. When he has that mobile quarterback, there's 4 options based off of every run play that he's running.
All right. You'll take a look at this, okay, because this is the same team. You'll be able to see this weekend if you're watching this live. If you're watching it much later, then you already know what happened. But if you're watching this the week that we do it, then you're going to be able to take some of this stuff and watch how they do it in the playoff game against Tulane this weekend. So let's start it off here. There's a 1st and 10 from right about just outside the 30-yard line. Trinidad Chambliss is the quarterback.
Other than the color of the jerseys, the stadium, and the players, it starts off just about like last week. What he does with motion and moving, he wants to keep the linebackers on the move. He wants guys to be playing off balance. They're going to run a motion here. He's going to move people over here with the play action over here that pulls the safety over, and he pulls everybody outside the middle of the field.
That formation looks awfully familiar.
It's what he likes to do. I mean, that tight end is a true H-back. He's bringing back the H-back style, a guy that can play true tight end, slot receiver, then move back into the backfield and play a fullback. Well, what he does right here, he gets a play action over here. He sends the tight end over the outside. What he's trying to do, there's no intention to go to this side of the field. He wants to slide people over to create a bigger gap on the backside where he's going to hit the ball.
It brought us to the 2-minute timeout there at the 39-yard line. Now he's going to go back and come with trips to the wide side.
He's going to get trips to the wide side, and this is the first time in the 2 films that we see a tight end with his hand on the ground. But he's going to have another running back to the side. He is running a true, what we talked about all the time, a zone read. He has a true threat with the quarterback that could pull it at any moment. And they get a lot of respect from it. If you watched Pyburn right here, he's paused. He gets the delay. He gets the hold, which allows him to prevent him from crashing down on the backside.
And so we'll see it from the wide side one more time, and we'll see him back it up after the penalty.
Just with his read and the fact that in a Lane Kiffin offense, the quarterback's going to pull the ball. There's going to be times I think that he just tells him, I don't care what the read is, pull the ball, because it serves its purpose in holding people on the backside.
Located in the heart of downtown Hammond, Cina, an upscale Italian restaurant serving traditional dishes in contemporary fashion, inspired by the abundance of fresh local produce and the ways of old. Cina, creating a unique dining experience. Their goal is to use local ingredients and delicious recipes to create an exceptional dining experience while also providing a fresh and inclusive atmosphere that can be enjoyed by everyone. Cina in the heart of downtown Hammond. All right, so they back up now, looking at 1st and 18, back to the 47-yard line.
We're in a very similar formation again. Let's see what they're going to run. And they're taking their deep shots. He's going to throw the ball deep. He's going to make safeties play off, back up. But this is the same formation we were just in. We got another tight end right here. Look, he's going to do the same thing. He's running to the flats. He's trying to pull a linebacker. You got Weeks flying. You got guys that are looking to the outside. This way he's taking the play action fake to this side. He's got the flat route to this side. He's trying to draw attention over here to hold people to hit the deep ball on the right side.
LSU is bringing 6 people here, but the protection is still good. You've got 6-on-6 up there.
I think part of that is with motions in different directions in the play fake, he's allowed to hold people because guys don't really understand what he's doing yet.
It's a long throw. The ball's in the air a long
It's a
time.
long throw. I think, Trinidad Chambliss didn't make the best throw on there. I think he could throw it a little bit deeper and lead him, but his guys go out and make the play when he gets the one-on-one coverage.
Now 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And they're going to spread it out. They're going to go empty right here. QB draw.
Decent play by Perkins there.
Great play, but, what do they do? They've ran this play action. They've ran a tight with a hitchback. They've had the guys close back in the backfield. So now what is he going to do? He's going to get everybody out wide, go empty, and run a QB draw to make them respect the middle of the field.
And listen, I didn't realize quite how far Perkins came from here, but Chambliss is not slow. He closes pretty quick here. That's a nice play by Perk.
No, that's what Perk does best. But all of this to me, and the more and more I watch it, is he is just running things to bait you into and make you respect every aspect. If I'm going to go wide, you better cover the middle of the field as well.
All right, so he sees Perkins come in there. If Chambliss takes a step up,
throws a quick slant, there's a guy wide open.
We're brought to you by the Capital Area USSSA Baseball affiliate with spring events coming your way soon, hosting league play and rec all-star divisions, Major League State and National events, AA, AAA. Stuff lined up for next spring. For more information, contact Lane Petrie at 771-9095, 225-771-9095, the Capital Area USSSA. All right, now we're back at 2nd down and 6 from the 18-yard line.
So you got your tight end out wide in the split play fake. He's going to hand it off this time. Gets a few, could have been a bigger play, but it's the same formation they're getting into time and time again to make you respect that he's going to hand the ball off.
This reminds me back in the day when Miami ran pretty much everything with one back and one tight end. They ran it with a true tight end. These guys are running it with a tight end playing essentially a wing.
Yeah, it's what I, in my time going through the process when the NFL was heavy in an H-back.
It's almost like would you call it more 11 or I mean
that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know what you would call that because he can essentially play in 11 personnel. You can play in a 12 personnel.
All depends on what you want to call
what you
that.
want to call that guy.
Yeah. All right, brings up a 3rd down and 3 here at the 15-yard line. Now, okay, I've been waiting for this one because he runs this in short yardage situations all the time, where he's got the two guys right behind 2 guys.
He's going to run kind of like what we talked about, like a bunch set, but lined off the end. And I think the best part about this is this play design is never expected to go this way. He brings a lot of people over here. He brings a lot of attention over here. The running back's going to start over here. All he wants is flow. This guy's going to whip around and try to get the guy on the edge. I think he misses, if you see number 2 right there. But this play design was to get everybody thinking it's going this way. We're going to fake it. The ball's going to look like it's going this way. Delay, bounce it out the other side.
It's actually pretty well covered by
Very
LSU.
well covered. I think that number 2, this guy right here, he missed his block.
Now 4th down and 1. You ever see a play with them under center?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
No.
So he gets the tight end out here, playing in motion. Everything's got a motion off that kickoff, and he hits the guy in the flat. So if you watch the run plays early on in last week's show, this week's show, they run this motion so much on a backside kick out to create a backside cut. This time they're going to run the same play, put him in there. He's going to delay it, run slow like he's about to kick somebody out, then sneak into the flats. Watch Weeks. They think they sold run full out right there, and he's sitting there open on a 4th and 1.
What's Weeks supposed to do?
No, I mean, you've got to expect the run.
Yeah.
You got everybody
They
over
need
here.
a yard.
It's 4th and 1. Who is going to – this is a Lane Kiffin play. We're going to set everything up on 4th and 1 where it looks run. You got to sell it on the run because all they need is a yard. You fly up and guy sneaks out of the flat.
I mean, I suppose you can expect a safety to come up and play that, but that's asking a lot, man.
Everybody, I mean, watch what defenses do in the NFL, college. When it gets in that 4th and 1, everybody wants to crowd tight, protect the gap because it's so easy to run a tush push or a dive, and then all of a sudden they run all the same action. They got the tight end coming in with the backside kick out and just slides out.
You're looking for anything LSU, go to Everything LSU. Buy you apparel, helping local businesses communicate their message since 2009. A local LSU official licensee with quality products to showcase your brand, established or new. They'll help you create designs and logos that fit your company's message, event T-shirts, and promotional items. Call 225-928-9090 or go to the website at everythinglsu.com. Buy you apparel, 928-9090. All right, we move forward. Here's the 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Now he's got more of his heavies in there.
Right now. He's got 2 tights in. He's going to have the tight end, true tight end, with his hand on the ground here. He's got his wide receiver playing the wing, and the other tight end playing that same spot that he's played in their most of their traditional run game. And that's just a hell of a run. But what I see that we haven't seen in years is a true mesh point, a guy that is respected. I mean, watch Weeks. Weeks has to stop his feet right here. Normally, when we're running this play the last couple of years, Weeks is tackling the guy right there at the mesh point. But because they respected what Trinidad Chambliss can do, look, he's leaning. He stopped that backside flow. Now we do a good front side and stopping all of our blocks, but the guy still is able to bounce and get a couple yards.
Let me back up here and ask a question right when you get to that mesh point. All right. If Weeks crashes, wouldn't Halsey have outside containment?
That's what your rules are, and like I said, I don't know what their rules are. One guy has run, one guy has quarterback. And at this point, I just don't feel like they were in the right position. Weeks has to play both, and that's never in a good spot.
Make a couple on this play. See it from the wide view here.
We're playing press man. Look, run it back. Everybody, Halsey settles his feet. West Weeks settles his feet. Whit Weeks settles his feet. It's a game changer when you have to respect the pool.
We're brought to you by Marucci. From a backyard shed to the top of the game, more than just a baseball bat company, a legacy built on passion and precision. 2 decades of crafting the finest wood, metal, and leather in the game. Here to help you run the game, MarucciSports.com. Don't forget the Hitter's House at 5801 Segan Lane and 1801 Airline Drive in Metairie. 24 access to the members-only cages, and members also get bullpen cage reservation opportunities. 15% off on the retail store discount. Go to MarucciSports.com. 2nd down and goal from the 2. We're nearing the end of the first half here. Now let's talk about this formation. They're back to more what they run most of the time here.
Yeah, and they're running the guy that's been playing the H-back, playing the true Y right here. You're going to get the short stamps. You're going to get a motion. I mean, Lane is building everything off of motion and misdirection. Right here, you get him on the outside, gets leverage, and the running back does a great job. When you watch from the other side, is they're going to respect this run. They make it feel like you're going to get that same backside kick out, but when he holds it, he allows him to get on the outside because he's crashing down and he gets leverage.
One more time from the wide view.
So just when Perkins is seeing this, he feels like he has to crush and get skinny. Just by him seeing that motion where this guy's set up, he's going to run a shallower route to the ball in this situation, and that's what Lane wants him to do. They want him to think handoff, get skinny, get shallow, and allow that running back to get on the outside and seal him.
And he did. It's a touchdown right before the half for Ole Miss, and they took a 17-7 lead to the locker room. Brought to you by Dependable Storage with 8 locations across Louisiana and 1 in Gulfport, Mississippi. Matching any competitor's pricing with convenient online rentals and payments. Free use of the moving truck for new rental move-ins. Clean, secure, and conveniently located facilities. Check out the website at dependablestorage.com for locations, pricing, and rentals. Like Skip Bertman always says, at Dependable Storage, we want your stuff. And by Town Square Pizza, downtown Baton Rouge. Pickup or delivery. Catering available Monday through Saturday, 11 until 8 p.m. Delicious, personalized pizza with unmatched speed. If you got a limited amount of time for lunch, head on down to Town Square Pizza. You're going to get a delicious product, healthy portions. You're probably going to be able to take some home. Located on North Boulevard, Town Square Pizza. So we looked at two full scoring drives for Lane Kiffin. What might he be able to do here? We know we're going to see a lot of the same stuff, but he always seems to be evolving too. You watched a lot of film on 2024 and a lot of film on 2025. I realize the quarterbacks are similar, but they're not identical. No. So he can tweak all of this stuff.
What I see, and the first thing that comes to my mind, and is scary for me, is the amount of motion and different plays off the H-back tight end, where he looks like he's going to block, then he slips out to the backside, he runs the flat route, he might run a rail route. There's so many different things off the play action that I think Trey'Dez Green could be a monster in this. He's a guy that we've said for 2 years.
He's going to play that H-back as you.
I think he's going to be the H-back. Yeah. He's going to be the guy that he can motion out. And we've seen this year, Trey'Dez is willing to go in there and throw his head in. He's getting better at it. And once they respect that, Lane's going to play off that all day long. He's going to run him in that and run that play 5 times in a row. And the next thing you know, Trey'Dez is going to be sneaking out the backside, running a wheel route. There's a lot of things just in what they do and how they move that H-back that I think is great for Trey'Dez.
Here's what I didn't see. I didn't see a lot of offensive linemen asked to drive somebody 4 yards off the ball. I saw
seal. They just want them to seal them off.
Yeah, I saw defenses that had to play tentatively because you can get burned. I saw a lot of things where angles were advantageous to the offense, where the indecision of the defense meant everything to the play's success just because it all looks the same. It all opens the same. None of it finishes the same.
Hey, to me, I mean, I'm not trying to bash on Joe Sloan and them, but, you know, we see what happens when you run a zone read or an RPO and how people respect you and what you do. They don't do that against us. So there's no reason we should ever – no way in hell we should have been running RPOs because we weren't getting the respect. All they did was slow us down. When you're going to run that style of offense, you have to pull it. You have to be capable of pulling it. And when you do that, you can slow a Perkins down. You can slow a Weeks down because they have to respect that pull.
Well, I think we know what type of quarterback he'll be looking for in the transfer portal and in recruiting. You have to be able to move. There won't be a
that's
straight
non-negotiable for Lane's offense.
There won't be a straight drop back quarterback, and there's nothing wrong with those guys. You know, go play in a different offense and do just fine, I suppose. But this offense is going to require you to be an athlete.
You have to because you're going to pull it. You're going to have a guy running a pass route on a run play. You're going to have a running back blocking where it looks like a run play. You might think it's a pass play, and that's designed for the QB power. I mean, he's building in 3 to 4 options off each set.
All right, we hope you enjoyed the 2-part series. Maybe gives you a little bit of an insight into what Lane Kiffin does offensively, and Lord knows it's going to be an exciting time for LSU come next fall. For Richard Dickson, I'm Charles Hanagriff. Enjoy the holiday. We will be taking a break for Christmas and New Year's, and we'll be back in January when hopefully we'll have a little bit of film on maybe some guys coming in the transfer portal like we did last year. So the next time you see us will be in 2026. For Richard Dickson, I'm Charles Hanagriff. This has been the Hannycast.